Hello, this is John from ASP Microcomputers. Today I'd like to demonstrate the operation of ASPluris for ZOHO. So what I'd like to do is just show you that we currently have a Casio DTX 200. This is the main Casio screen onto which ASPluris will be running. And we have our ZOHO account right here. We'll be going through some of the various features of ASPluris as it stands at the moment. That is, we'll be looking at item lookup, adjusting inventory, and completing a sales order, amongst a couple of other things. So, to get started, I'll go through and actually initiate ASPluris on the DTX 200 Casio terminal. So, here's the application. We'll start the program on the terminal. As we can see, we're presented with a number of users. Users have various facilities available to them. We can choose what each user may or may not do through a set of configuration options in ASPluris itself. At this stage, I'll log in as myself. In this configuration, not requiring any passwords as such, and that is an option, as I mentioned. And here we have the main ASPluris menu. So we can see here a number of things we can do from the terminal itself. We have dispatch options, item inquiry, adjusting stock, looking at locations, barcode test, etc. Now, ASPluris is a modular system, so there's a large number of modules available. These are just some of the basic options currently available for ZOHO. So, what I'd like to do firstly, before we look at performing any functions in the terminal itself, is looking at the ZOHO inventory page that I've opened here. So we have here our test company effectively, and we'll be able to look at the stock that we have at the moment. So what I'll do is perhaps have a look at items and just have a brief look at the kind of items that are currently available. As you can see, we have some various items names, and we can refer to these. The first thing I'd like to do is I'll go back to the terminal and I'll do an inquiry. I've printed some barcodes out. The terminal is obviously a real terminal. I have it in my hand. At the moment I'm showing the screen on the PC so you can see exactly what is going on, but I do have a terminal in my hand with that screen shown. So from the terminal itself I will pick an item inquiry. So I'll click an item inquiry, and then I've printed some barcodes out which I can basically scan. And there we go. And I'll scan the first barcode I have here off my barcode sheet. ASPluris goes off and searches the database and will return with the item information. Now, in this particular case, item number CA0001 is a DTX 7. We show that we have 23 available. 20 are in a default location called test org 456, and 3 of these items are in a bulk location called, just bulk, default bulk. So this confirms the item and the availability and where the item is located. What I'll do is I'll go back. Let's just quickly do another item inquiry. And scan another item here, let's see. Okay, so it's searching the database for the item. Here we have an item CA0005 DTX 400, 16 available. A box of 16 is available, and again the location where that is. Okay, so that's a basic item lookup. Let's say now we wish to perhaps go through and do a stock adjustment. So let me just go to stock adjustment and scan the stock. Now I'll go back and perhaps scan one of the items that we've looked at previously. Here's the first one we looked at, DTX 7. Now it says there's a total of 23 items available. None have been picked at this stage. This is obviously an adjustment of stock. So I'm going to say that we have instead of 23, let's say we have 27. Okay? Now, it is an option in ASPluris as to whether you are allowed to adjust stock up or only decrement stock. So that is indeed an option. And a lot of these things that we are looking at here have optional parameters to them. But let me just confirm that. And there we go. So we have verification. It's saying you didn't do something, you didn't enter the location. So where are you adjusting these items from? So let's pick the location. Let's do the location test org 456. And okay. Now, why are you making an adjustment? Was there a fire? Are these still goods stolen? Obviously, these are for decrementing stock. Damaged goods, decrementing stock. Likewise for stock written off. Stock taking results. In this particular case, we can increment stock because of that, or an inventory reevaluation, or for test reasons, which is obviously a test option. But let's say we have stock taking results. We found some additional stock. Yellow screen indicating, like the previous screen, which is red, indicating an issue. Yellow screen is a warning. Are you sure? You are adding 27 items that you've currently found in this location. The total quantity will be 47. Do you want to proceed? We'll say yes. And the system will go off and successfully update the items. So all done. So this is a demonstration of the adjustment of stock. Excellent. Let's have a look, before we do dispatch, let's have a look at another one here, locations, which is quite interesting. View locations allows you to scan if you have a barcode on your location, or pick a given location. We'll pick a location. This is our warehouse, and we will click at the bottom here, these boxes, which are basically saying what is in that location. And the system will go off and look at the items in that location and come back with a list for us. Okay, so just taking a few moments to aggregate all the various items, and we can see the items that we have. We have 9 unique items with their various item types and quantities listed. Excellent, so we can have a look at what is in each location. Let's have a look just lastly then at dispatch. We'll go pick and pack and dispatch in order. Now, what orders do we have here that we can dispatch? Let's have a bit of a look at our, just go back to the main screen here, and let's just have a look at orders in place. Okay, so we have an order here, order number 24. That has not been packed as yet, so let's have a look at that. Okay, so this customer, the customer's ordered 2 DTX7 devices. Yep, that's fine. Let's find that on our terminal. So we'll go back to our DTX200 device and go to pick and pack, and we should then find that order being shown, number 24. It's the first one right here. Let's bring in some more details and have a look. Okay, so we find that the customer has indeed, in fact, ordered 2 of the CA0001 devices. We need to scan the barcode. We have available 47. You remember we changed that quantity earlier on. The customer has requested 2 of these devices, and 0 out of 2 have been picked. So at this stage, let me just grab the scanner and I'll scan the appropriate barcode. Let's have a look here. DTX7 device. Here we are. Now, how many do we want? Well, we'll pick the items in a moment. We'll actually put in the location first. Again, this will be optional as required by the setup, but in this case, we are asked to pick the location, so that's fine. Pick the location where the items are being held. We can now pick one order. Let's just pick one item. Say OK. Now, the order has been updated. Notice that 1 has been picked out of 2. There's 1 remaining. So what I'll do is I'll scan the item again. And we have an option, of course, of scanning each item or and entering the quantity, or scan them as we go. But here we'll enter the other item here. We have picked another one. And of course, we'll need to put the location first. Get that. Here we go. Location has been chosen, item has been picked, and we are done. The order has been completed, it's validated, and successfully updated to the server. We get the green screen showing all is okay. And Going back to our main menu. Here's the order itself. Look here, there we go. We have successfully picked the order. Okay, so that concludes a little demonstration of ASPluris on ZOHO, and thank you very much.